Hello YouTube. So, as some of you who have been watching our recent videos know, we're on vacation right now. And while we're on vacation, we take an opportunity, you're on new places, you're traveling around. As long as you're not like on a tight schedule, you got to be here, here, here at a certain time. You know, you're not going to visit family or friends and somebody's expecting you right then. Then you have flexibility. And one thing that you can do, maybe possibly help pay for some of the cost of your vacation, is to stop at banks and try and get half dollars. You can also try and get customer wrapped rolls of dimes and quarters. But a lot of people will just stick to the half dollars. And what you'll try to get for our kids, you know, they're working on making half dollar sets. And so they're looking for very nice examples of certain years. In addition to that, you can look for silver, for proof, and for the older, which will also be silver, but they'll be with numismatic value, half dollars. So while you're traveling, you can stop at the banks and check with them. The other place that you can stop are at thrift stores, flea markets maybe, but most of those are going to be aimed at getting a higher price for something that's old. You know, the treasure seekers that go to the flea markets, you're not really often going to get a great deal there, and we don't often stop at the flea markets. But at thrift stores, it's a hit or miss. Sometimes things will be way overpriced for what it is, and sometimes things will be super cheap. And so if you're doing this, one thing that can be, if you're careful, if you understand your weights and the purity and the difference between sterling and silver plate, if you can tell the difference, you know, it pretty much has to have a marking on it, sterling, and then you be confident that it is what it says it is in order for you to do well at this. Otherwise, you can end up spending money and losing money. But what you do is you go to the thrift stores and you look for old sterling bowls, plates, candle holders, and I lucked out. We stopped at one. We were stopping for try and shop and get some belts for my boys. And what we found were in a platter toward the back of the store in a display case, it had all of these souvenir spoons. And I saw that, and many souvenir spoons from the last 30 to 40, maybe even 50 years are just plated. They have no silver on them except for a thin plate over the outside. They're not worth that much. They were produced in high numbers. They're kind of cheap. I mean, they'll even have like the enamel location flag or whatever like glued on. These looked older, so I asked the worker there to take out the tray for me so I could have a look at them, and it was very good. There was a little tag said that all of these were $4 each. A few of them were very small and light, and so I didn't end up getting them because when I stopped, the price of silver had not jumped. It was still $17, $18. And I knew these were maybe light enough that I would be getting them right at silver price or maybe even paying a little bit more. And, you know, I want to be able to make a profit on these. I'm not really into collecting them myself, so I wanted to get the best deal. So I'm going to show you now what I found, their approximate weights, and what they could be worth. Okay? Come on. So here we are. We've got them spread out here on our Cabela's camping cot. And let's have a look at what we have. Now I'm going to go through these somewhat slowly and carefully because some of these are really neat. I am actually tempted to keep a couple of them, but like I say, I mostly am just doing this to, you know, help defray some of the costs from the trip and everything. I think I'm going to end up selling all of them. All right, here we go. The summary for anybody who doesn't want the fine details and doesn't necessarily want to look at those. I weighed them up. Now, I didn't bring a scale with me. I actually made up a counter scale, you know, the old style. It's got the pivot in the middle. I just used a very smooth, even stick, tied on some shopping bag ties on the ends, and cut open a water bottle and made 2 cups to hold the items. I put coins, which I could look up online and find what their actual weights are, on the one side to give me the weight that I knew. And before I did that, I made the thing with the plastic cups and everything. I got it perfectly even, so it was balanced. Put a notch in the middle. Used the coins for my weights, and I weighed these all out. So this will be approximate, give or take, let's say 2 grams each, but I think I got them pretty accurate. I weighed these all out, and I came up with a total weight of 185 grams. This is sterling silver. This doesn't include this money clip right here. I picked this one up. It was also in the mix on this tray for $4, and on it, let's see where, somewhere, so on the side right there, on the inside right there, it says Justin, and it says silver underneath that. And so it's like Justin Boots, but it doesn't say sterling. So I'm not sure what that is, but I had checked online and I saw one of them had sold for like $15 on eBay. So I should be able to at least get my money back out of that one. We had a total of 185 grams of this sterling silver, which comes to, if I can get it to focus, we'll get it right there. 171 grams ASW. ASW means actual silver weight. So after you multiply the purity, which is 92.5%, so you multiply 0.925 times 171 grams, 0.925 times 185 grams, which then gives you an actual silver weight of 171 grams. Divide that by 31.1, which is the amount in 1 ounce of troy ounce of silver. You get 5.5 troy ounces of silver. At current prices, that's around $110. Actually, the price dropped just a few cents or whatever since I did that, so it's probably $105, even if we say $100. I paid $4 a piece, so let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I paid $44 for these, and actual silver weight price is easily $100. So double my money after I pay shipping and eBay fees if I have to go that route. Pretty good. Now beyond that though, some of these are really neat, and the fact that they are sterling silver, not the cheaper new ones, should add value to them, and they may go above silver price on eBay to a collector. This is Glacier National Park, Montana. Has the mountain goat up there, and it is marked sterling. I believe that symbol right there may be the National Parks symbol. I haven't looked that up yet, but I need to. That mint mark right there. These aren't polished. I didn't go through and polish them up. I don't plan to. I'll let the person who buys them, do that. I don't want to do anything to damage them. This one just says Montana. It's got a bitterroot plant listed there. I don't know if that's a state plant or state flower. And then here at the top it says oro y plata, and that means gold and silver. So it has mining symbols. Not sure what those 2 peaks are right there, but it has some mining tools there. Here's another one from Montana. If I can get it to focus. This one also says oro y plata at the top. Has some mining tools, the same ones. Has a sunset or a sunrise over the mountains. Might be the same flower, which would be the bitterroot, according to the last one. See if I can get... Okay. Looks like a gold pan with some gold nuggets there. And it says Montana. And on the back, it has that same park symbol and sterling. Okay. This one says Forest Lawn Memorial Park. Has that design up there on the top. I haven't looked this one up. I'm not familiar with it. Same type of spoon design. Same symbol, sterling, and this one actually has copyright 1951. I think this is the only one that has the date on it. Here's one from Spokane, Washington. City of Spokane. Courthouse. There's a little guy's design there. Okay. Mark Sterling. Has that symbol right there that looks like a pick and a shovel. And then here on the top, U.S. Post Office, Carnegie Library, and this tall, tall tree. Okay. Here, this one says Manitou, and I thought that was like a Canadian name, like Manitoba, but I think it may be Colorado. And I think this may be Garden of the Gods in the distance right there, that big stone, because of some other spoons I looked up. This was definitely the winner right here. This one weighs, I believe it was 38 grams. 38 grams. And I got it for $4. That's over an ounce of pure silver ASW, actual silver weight. Has a patent on it. 91, I'm sure that that is 1891, LA West, and it's marked sterling. Here's a neat one. The Knott's Berry Farm and Ghost Town. Duh. Sorry about that. Buena Park, California. That's pretty cool. Knott's Berry Farm. Has the neat wagon in the background with the cowboy going. It is marked also with the National Park symbol and sterling. And then here is a lovely one. It's got this bouquet of flowers. I'm not sure what those are at the top. If that's ferns or what, but it's very lovely. It's got the flowers right there. And then here, I believe this is like a wedding one or something, because it has these names, Helena and Mont. And it says, I have to read it, not through the camera. I don't know if it says, call me, sunny goldenrod, growing everywhere. Did fairies come from fairyland and make the dress you wear? Oh no, I'm sorry. It's tell me. Tell me. If I can just get it to focus. Tell me, sunny goldenrod, growing everywhere, did fairies come from fairyland and make the dress you wear? That's really neat. So maybe, okay, so this is probably goldenrod up there at the top. All right, and then this one is a handcrafted one. This was like a homemade one, or made by some silver artisan. It's got the, I believe it's a lily on the top. The bow and ribbon, very lovely. And it is marked sterling there on that side over here. Really neat. And then this one also came in the mix. I went ahead and picked it up. It's not marked sterling, but I am very confident that this is. The wear on it and everything, if it was plate, you would see it through there. So I took a bit of a gamble. I believe this one's about 15 grams, 13, 14, 15 grams. So it's definitely worth over $4. Anyway, like I said, it was this one right here that was 38 grams. I mean, look how thick that is. Definitely worth its weight in silver. The smallest ones, this one and this one right here, together weighed 23 grams. So that'd be about 19 grams pure, which would be about 2/3, a little bit less than 2/3 of an ounce of silver. So it ought to be about $12, $13 worth right there, and I paid $8. So even these two together, the smallest ones I did well on. And just as collectors, they may be, as collector spoons, they may be worth well more than that. So very, very cool.